Hi, welcome to Property 118. I'm Neil Patterson, and I'd like to introduce you to Mark Alexander, who's been investing in property since 1989. And I just wanted to ask you a few questions about social media and how that adds value to your business.
Well, I think even before we'd heard of Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all those types of things, we were all using social media anyway, just having a chat down the pub. And as soon as it started to become a little bit more automated, so late 80s, early 90s, we had the ability to send text messages. So I used to collect all the mobile telephone numbers of all my tenants, and whenever I had a property come up for rent, I would text all my tenants to say, this property's just come up for rent, do you know anybody who might be interested in renting it? And then that went on to emails, so we captured their email addresses and did that. And then more recently I'll do the same thing on Facebook, so I've got a separate Facebook site for all of my tenants, and they can tell me if things are going wrong, and I can get the jobs fixed quickly. So it's all about customer service really. I tweet things out all of the time, so you just build a bit of a following, and it's great to look after tenants and get that kind of business.
So what's the key difference between the old school way of doing business, going down the pub and texting your friends and your colleagues, and actually now using social media?
Well, the basic principle is very similar. You're just talking to people. It's just that the platform has changed, the media has changed, and of course you can broadcast to a lot more people. So for example, if I put onto Facebook that this 3-bedroom property is coming up for rent, then my tenants will see it, but all they've got to do to help me out is click the share button and get all their friends to see it. So I might have, let's say, 100 tenants that are registered on my Facebook, but if 10 of them click the share button and they've got 500 mates, all of a sudden that's 5,000 more people that know I've got a property to rent, and they might know somebody else, so they click the share on their Facebook, and so the thing can go viral very, very quickly, and everybody in the town that I'm now looking to rent my property in can very quickly find out that my property is available. And of course there's the social side of that as well, because I can get my other tenants talking about how I look after my properties. So let's say somebody's got a dripping tap and they put it onto my Facebook that they've got a dripping tap. Then I pick that up straight away, deal with the dripping tap, they say thank you, and there's a real profile there that shows how I look after my customers. So obviously it incentivises me to look after them well.
So you've actually had more tenants because people are leaving testimonials saying how good a landlord you are?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've brought that through, as you know, Neil, into property118.com, and try to work with our customers that take on the gold business membership profiles that promote their businesses, to persuade them to use testimonials and social media to bring in their clients and to get their customers saying good things, so that when people find these profiles, it's not just one business saying we're fantastic at this, it's lots of other people saying yes you are and this is my experience.
Yeah, so just to give people an idea as to what it can do for them, maybe some hard facts and figures, what has it meant to you using social media with regards to decreasing maybe void periods and the length of time it takes to find a tenant?
Okay, well, it's a constant learning process being a property investor, and really Christmas was the awful time for me. So there's a couple of things that I did to make sure that if tenants moved out at Christmas, or wouldn't move out at Christmas, or if they did, I could fill the properties again quickly. So one of the things I do is, if I'm letting a property in May or June, I never offer a 6-month tenancy agreement, because obviously it ends just before Christmas, so I do an 8 or 9 month tenancy agreement. But sometimes people go past the tenancy agreement, they stay on, they decide in November they want to move house, and they serve notice. So by putting it onto Facebook, and keeping friendly with those tenants, as soon as they serve notice to me, often they do it via Facebook these days, then their mates know that the property's available straight away because they're seeing it on the Facebook wall. I share it on my Facebook, so my other tenants now see that the property's becoming available. And last Christmas, 2010, I had 0 voids, even though I've got quite a large property portfolio. So I attribute part of that certainly to the social media and treating clients properly.
That's fantastic. And you would definitely recommend everyone doing this who's a serious property investor?
I recommend any business to seriously consider social media. And it makes all the difference. You can shout it from the rooftops yourself, but if you get 1 million people shouting it for you, you're going to get heard for sure.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Mark.
Okay, thank you, Neil.
Thank you.